I don't want to be alone with my thoughts.
I'm literally just like hanging on by a thread.
Do I duck? Do I pretend I'm on a phone call? Why am I like this?
Okay, look, here's the thing. I'm just gonna be real and straight up with you. I am mentally not good, and I've not been good for the last couple of months. The last couple of vlogs that you saw, yeah, after that things just seem to go downhill like real bad, and this is like the worst my mental health has ever been. But anyway, we move. A girl has still got to work. I've still got videos to film for clients and stuff, so hence the full makeup. Did I want to put makeup on today? No. Did I want to film today? No. But it's the job, and I've got to get the job done. It's literally the definition of lights, camera, bitch, smile, even when you want to die. Giving that kind of vibes, you know? God, this is a really depressing way to start the video. But hey, I've always said that I'd be real with you and show the reality of life, and currently this is my reality. Mentally in the gutter. Oh, but I thought I would vlog today because it's a little bit of an interesting one, because I decided to do something really crazy for this video shoot that I'm doing for a client to do with like hearing loss and stuff. And I'm gonna set my drum kit right about here somewhere for literally about a 5-second shot. I commit to the art, let me just say that. Thought I'd bring you along on that because that's a little bit different, that's a little bit interesting. So welcome to a day of me trying not to cry whilst I get through this day. I'm telling myself I can't cry because I've just put makeup on, but let's just hope keep it together today. That would be strange. I just realised I never charged my little portable light up, which I'm definitely going to need today. I got it from TikTok shop, and I actually keep meaning to buy another one because it's so useful. When it's on a phone, it just makes the biggest difference in the world. I'm going to have a look at the shot list and see what I can film maybe at this natural light so I don't need this, and then hopefully give it a little time to boost and see where we are from that. Or I'll just get the big ring light out, who knows. When it comes to UGC work, I try to make shots a little bit different, or if there's a line where I could be somewhere different or I could be doing something different, then I try to do that, make it a little bit more interesting, especially when it comes to things like hearing claims. That stuff's quite boring. I probably wouldn't watch an ad if it was very plain and very boring. Like, you got to make it interesting for the viewer, and I think that's why they've come back to me again. It's really nice because I can make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more out there. I mean, last time I lay across the table in a mullet wig and threw a bunch of cash in the air. That kind of vibe. I've got my laptop here with the script on, and I'm going to mirror my iPhone so it moves over to my MacBook so I can see, because I'm going to be using the back camera, so I'm going to see if I'm in shot or if I'm in frame or if I look absolutely dreadful. So I've basically got 2 shots that I can film here, because back in the day workers were exposed to noises that were far too loud. I've really kind of got to get into my groove, otherwise it's just really static and boring. My depression comes through. And no ad wants that. So we're gonna get a little bit cheery. I said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Because back in the day, workers were exposed to noise levels that were far too high. Another 5 of those to make sure we got something. Because back in the day, check it. Because back in the day, workers were exposed. Yeah, that was good. So before I do the next line, I like to practice it before I start recording. Otherwise, I just have many takes, many minutes of storage used up on my phone of me getting the line wrong. My voice is starting to hurt. I have not spoken this much for maybe like a month, maybe 2 months. I don't remember the last time I've spoken this much. Usually I don't say a word all day. Get in touch. Let's turn that ringing into cha-chinging. My head is actually starting to hurt from my own voice. Bitch! And your ears aren't what they used to be. Let's turn that ringing into cha-chinging. I think I have something. I think the problem with me is that I'm a perfectionist, so I will say the line until the line doesn't mean words anymore. Because I'm like, well, just in case, you know, just in case that last excellent take I did wasn't that excellent, I'll keep doing it and keep doing it. Probably why it takes me so long to film these videos, because I'm literally like perfectionist city, you know. Moving on to the next shot. Let's do this. Okay, my light is semi-charged, so I'm just gonna pop that on. Also, found my old drumsticks. The old Vic Firth, you know. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a drummer. Right, I'm gonna give this a go. Quick lip application. This is great. I saw this on TikTok and I was like, yes. And now we're here. I've got my drumsticks, and I also have some money that I got for my birthday that I'm just gonna like... Even the mildest hearing loss, all that pesky ringing in your ears. So if you worked, what's the line? You might be entitled to a payout. Shit.
Baby
His mate called him, and I don't know how long that call's gonna be, so I might as well try and get another take, I guess. I bet I start recording and he'll call me back. Do this like real quick. Stop. This is what I didn't want to happen. I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in. I'm gonna hold it in. Lights, camera, bitch, smile. I'm literally just like hanging on by a thread. It's like, yeah, I can talk to you. I can talk to you. I'm like this close from breaking down. I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. I've got work. It's not like he said anything horrible. It's not like he told me that he hates me or that I'm an ugly piece of shit. He said I love you. I don't feel like I deserve to be loved, so I'm just like, push it down. It makes me so sad that he calls me and is excited about his bathroom. He's redoing it at the moment, and I'm over here. I should be excited. I should be. I'm just over here being like, oh, that's great. I'm really glad. I'm really pleased for you, in the most monotone. Kid, literally, you need to stop talking. You need to, otherwise it's just gonna ruin the whole makeup. Wow, you're really getting a full dose of reality today, aren't you? This is crazy how I'm gonna be able to go from crying to, oh, that's right, folks. Smiley happy. I can show you lies. That's right, folks. Your ears can finally pay off. Who knew tinnitus could be so lucrative? I'm sick of my own voice. That's right, folks. Your ears can finally pay off. So even vlogging's like hard because I feel like I have to like perform, otherwise why would anyone watch me be just depressing? So I've just made a sandwich real quick, and then after lunch I'm gonna start the drum kit maneuvering. Is this a good idea? I'm kind of scared. We're gonna figure the thing out. Lunch has been had. Am I really about to do this right now? Bring a whole ass drum kit into here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find all the pieces. It's in the spare room, and when I tell you that I think the last time I used this drum kit over 10 years ago, easy. Maybe my last gig was like 2015, 2016 or something like that. It's in this spare room, and this spare room is, you know, the spare rooms of all spare rooms. My drum kit is hidden behind there. I'm pretty sure that's the front, so the front's not on it. I've just pulled out the bass drum. Can you see the dust on that? Yeah. Where is Dave? I mean, that's pretty disgusting as well. Also, I have to remember how to assemble. If you're wondering what all these bits on the drums are, they're to basically to soften the sound or something like that. Now I need to go and figure out how to do the hi-hat. Can she remember? That's the question. That maybe? Then that goes down like that. Okay, well that's definitely not how you properly do it. Now. Yes, still got it. I need to learn my lines first, but I kind of just want to play the drums. Oh, my neighbours are gonna kill me. I don't think I've ever said on there, but I actually, when I was in a band, we went to a recording studio and recorded a whole album. I don't think it's been released on Spotify though, so this was pre-Spotify. It's like, I've kind of got it, but it's still a bit out, you know? I wish I was one of those cool drummers, one of those cool female drummers that are just like sound like EastEnders, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not one of those, clearly. We've got the full setup here, drum kit. I didn't bother putting the front on because no one's gonna see that bit. So what's the line? It's like a rock concert in your eardrums kind of loud. Right, I'm gonna go and see see if any of that was good. I've got the freaking line wrong. So back on the drums we go. Sorry, neighbours. Yeah, I think I got one. Did so many takes at my head right now. I literally just want to curl up on my bed. You're probably like, well, Kate, look, why are you doing it today if you feel so bad? My parents are at the house, so I can set up the drum kit, I can play the drum kit, and I can shout. Okay, I need to figure out the next line. But fear not, brave man. It's time to cash in on that cold concert you endured. Yeah, that last one will do. Okay. I'm thinking of filming the next shot here. The thing is with this one, because I like to make things harder for myself, I'm gonna do a split screen, so I'm gonna have two characters in the same shot. So I need it to be like far back as possible to be able to do that. I need to clear that middle bit up. So if I'm stood here, I'm gonna think about here. Oh god, I almost dropped that. I'm just gonna go for a take. I'm very aware that my phone battery is running out, and obviously I can't remove that phone until I've done this line. With over 20 years of experience pursuing deafness, pursuing claims, with over 20 years of experience pursuing claims for industrial deafness. Sailing. Now I'm going to go and change into the second character. So I'm pretending to look at legal documents here, but in actual fact, I am indeed looking at Tomb Raider 3 walkthroughs. If you know, you know. Purely because I wanted something that didn't contain any personal information on. The walkthroughs come through every time. And the best part is, it's no win, no fee. I have one more shot to do outside. I'm going to test how windy it is though, we'll see. But after that, we're done. My throat really hurts, I've been speaking far too much. I'm going to try and film outside, but... I have moved to the car. Because of the wind, it was just like, it's going to be impossible to film. Plus, I'm like really self-conscious of like next door hearing me doing the same line over and over again. But I thought actually in the car, it eliminates both of those options. So, if you or someone you work for, what? If you or someone you know, cars. And sorry, what? I want to watch that back. Can you hear like my voice is starting to go because I have not spoken this much for a really long time. This is like real life footage of me being like, my neighbors are walking down the road. If they walk past the car, do I duck? Do I duck? Do I pretend I'm on a phone call? Why am I like this? When I'm doing these videos, I don't want to make it sound like really addy. Does that make sense? Like, you know, there's that voice that people put on, and I do it sometimes too. Like, I'm so guilty of it, and I'm trying not to do it, where it's like, you could be eligible for some Josh kind of thing. Trying to make it sound a little bit more, if you or someone you know worked in the mines or for the National Coal Board over above ground or... Okay, actually, I think I might have one, lol. What I kind of wanted to talk about really quickly, without me rambling or going into a rant for 10-20 minutes. Like I said, I'm really struggling at the moment. One of the things that I have been really struggling with since I've been in this depressive episode for the last couple of months is when people ask me how I am, like every day, and they know that I'm not mentally okay. And I'm like, what do you want me to say? You want me to say, oh yeah, still shit? Or want me to lie? Say, yeah, I'm okay, I'm great, thanks. I've grown this allergic reaction to when people ask that, and I know they mean the best intentions. I know they genuinely care. Basically, I just find it really difficult when people ask me how I am, because I'm like, I'm still shit. And then this is the thing, like when people ask me and I say, still not great, one, it brings it all back up for me, but two, it kind of just makes me feel really guilty that I'm not feeling better, or that it's just a reminder that something's wrong. I don't know if I think things too deeply or what. Maybe I really struggle with that question at the moment. And I don't know how to answer it, to the point where I don't answer people, and that's bad. But then it's like, okay, well, if you don't ask them, then maybe someone else might think different. Maybe someone else might actually want to be asked and want to answer that question. Everyone's different.
but for me, I just know I really struggle with that. Unless it's like someone who doesn't know that you're depressed or feels unstable or whatnot, and you're just, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, how are you? Like, it's so crazy how easy I can really fake it if I want to. Probably with this video, once I've finished editing it, you won't be able to tell. Yeah, I think this is like the worst I've ever been. I really, really hate myself. Like, I really dislike everything about me. More internally, weirdly. Sometimes I really hate the way I look. In fact, there's quite a lot. In fact, scrap that. It's both internal and physical. And it's also when people are like, oh, but you know, you look great, you look fine. And I'm like, it doesn't matter because I don't feel that way. Does that make any sense? I think I am just rambling now, lol. Okay, well, that's enough heart to heart for this moment. You know, we'll see where the day takes us. And that's the other thing. Oh, don't go into another ramble, but I will just say this one thing, like, emotions are there to be expressed. These emotions that you feel inside are there to be expressed. So if you need to cry and you can safely, then do that. Okay, one last thing. I know I said that a while ago, but one last thing. I feel like I am in a constant need of stimulation. Like, I don't want to be alone with my thoughts, so I'm constantly going from either listening to music or listening to an audiobook to then watching a YouTube video or editing my own video. When I stop doing that and go to a different task, if it's like I'm going downstairs or I'm going to the toilet or whatever, I'll put on some music or I'll put on a podcast or I'll put on an audiobook. I think it's just like, it's constant stimulation from going from one thing to YouTube to Netflix or Prime, or I'm going on TikTok and I'm scrolling. I'm going on Instagram, I'm scrolling. And when it all does stop, when there is nothing, I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. It's so funny because when I did that video about turning 30, I had so many comments from people being like, your life starts at 30. Girl, your 30s are way better than your 20s. You are gonna so not care about what other people think. You're just gonna be like, yes, this is great. And the exact opposite has happened in a very extreme way. I think I turned 30 and I've just declined rapidly to the point where I don't want to be here. I don't want to exist. I feel trapped. I feel really trapped. I feel intensely trapped in this body, in this mind, in all regards of my life. Okay, I'm gonna go in now. See, now I'm like, okay, run away from the thoughts. I do think there's this perception though of like, if you look fine on the outside and if you act fine, then you're not depressed or you're not feeling low emotionally. And we all know that's bullshit, right? But I think sometimes people forget that because it is invisible. Like, you can literally be laughing and smiling and still be depressed, right? It's like an invisible illness. So yeah, if you wouldn't be able to tell that I have a chronic condition, but I do. It's exactly the same with mental health. You could look at someone and think, oh yeah, they're fine, they're having a great time, they're having a laugh, and actually they are dying inside. So I think there's like a little important reminder that we don't know what people are going through, and just because they're laughing or smiling or having a fluent conversation on the outside, it doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong on the inside. So be kind to someone today and keep that in mind. I've just warmed up yesterday's dinner pasta. I wanted to show you something. If you like a bit of lemon in your Coke, lemon Coke Zero, I kid you not, this stuff is phenomenal and I would highly recommend you run to the shops. But I don't know if it's been out for years or if this is just a new thing. If I might be behind the times, that is very possible, but oh my god, it's insane. I'm not gonna lie, I'm knackered. I'm mentally powering down right now. Oh my god, that's so good. I'm sorry, but like, try it right now. It's 8:30. I'm completely drained. I don't have the mental energy to go in the shower right now. Definitely not packing away that drum kit. It kind of gets to me that I've only filmed one video today. That took me the entire day to do. And the other day when I was on my UGC TikTok account and I saw this creator who had filmed like 4-5 videos before 9 AM. She'd gotten up at 6 and filmed 5 videos before 9 AM, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. What takes me a while? And it's just like my entire life, like why do things take me 10 times longer than normal people? That's the question. Of course there's like different logical explanations. Like, it could have been just literally a 10-second video of being like, oh my god, this bath bomb I used was amazing. Maybe that was it, but I don't think it is. Like, and I'm just like, in my head it takes me so long to film. a UGC video and I just feel like, how are people doing it? And maybe because I'm a fucking perfectionist and I do the line over and over again, maybe.
I didn't record an ending to this vlog. I think I just mentally flatlined and now we're here. So I just wanted to jump on and say thank you so much for watching this quite raw and vulnerable vlog. And I hope it helps someone out there feel less alone if you're also struggling. You're definitely not alone with that and I'm rooting for you, okay? Also stay tuned because I have booked a little solo trip and I will be vlogging the entire thing. So you're gonna come along with me. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.